5, okay.
4 was a close second.
4 was a close second. Yeah, where it's at?
Right up there.
Is it?
I don't know, did you?
Oh, I don't know. It's probably over there, and it's right up here. I'm good. Yeah. I don't know where that is. All right. 5 was the best. Also the last. Okay, so I'm interested in a couple of things. All I'm doing is setting positions on the graphs. Okay. Okay. Huh? What other sports did you play?
Baseball.
Okay, I believe that. You had a good baseball coach.
I was a pitcher.
Uh-huh. Couldn't catch up to a fastball, could you?
No.
Yeah. You do a lot of good things. Like a lot of good things. You're a pretty good athlete, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. You just didn't know how to translate it to golf. Okay. So, 2 things. One, I think you do more right than wrong.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Positive.
Yep. I don't think you're screwed up. I just think that is how much pressure do you get into your trail
the right
side?
side.
Yep.
What did I get at 76?
76.
Okay. That's actually more than I anticipated
Okay.
getting to.
So you feel like that's an issue?
I feel like getting to the right's okay. It's getting left.
Okay.
And,
So here's why.
Okay.
Because I don't want you to spoil it.
Yeah.
Okay, I told you.
Yeah,
I'll go first, and then
yeah.
you can tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Yep.
So I don't want you to spoil it. Okay. The reason is your right leg and putting pressure into it is very similar to a spring.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not saying that both legs together are a singular. I'm not saying that. I'm saying just the right leg is a spring. If I want to be able to push down to load the spring,
Right.
then I've got to be able to push up to unload the spring. And the problem for you, I think, is that we push the spring down by falling on it instead of pushing it, and then you can't unload it correctly. I don't think it's like a issue with anything other than the fact that you just don't use it very well, because baseball players don't ever do this. And if your first sport was baseball, I can promise you the movement pattern is kind of written off of baseball, because that's what you use to figure out golf.
Okay.
Does that make sense? That's what we all do. We transfer what we know first to the next thing. So when I look at this, like I said, 76, I said you had a good baseball coach when I looked at this, because your pressure application with that 76 is actually quite good.
Okay.
So
And you say that as far as where the pressure is in the foot?
Yep, so if we look at the kind of thunderstorm, okay, we see that red is kind of right about here.
Okay.
Okay, and there is called the cuboid, C-U-B-O-I-D, which is exactly where we want to see the center of pressure wind up. The center is going to be the red part, the most hot part, and we can see that that's kind of parked right over that part of your foot.
Okay.
So the good news is you appear to have a good right hip and a good right ankle.
Okay.
Normally I don't see that. Normally I see heel down hard. But you're actually doing a pretty good job, and you've still got some flex in that trail knee. That's pretty good stuff.
Okay.
I like a lot of that. This has really been overdone, a whole bunch, okay? It's very, very simple. Do me a favor. Just stand normal, okay? Just bend your right knee. Aren't you pushing more there?
Yeah. Yeah, because my center of my body is shifting to that side.
Yeah, there it is. That's it.
Yeah.
That is literally all we need you doing. The problem is I put this in your hands, which has a little bit of weight, and you're like, I got to get it up. And we start trying to move away from the ground and extend to kind of do it instead of.
And it's not just like it's knee forward, right? Not
towards the toe, which is where that cuboid would be. Right.
So it's it's right, but it's more forward.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like, that's the counter. For me, that's
so hang there. So bring the right arm back to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Do what you just did with your lower body. Hang on. Whoa. Hang on. Do that again. Now freeze. Now bring the right shoulder forward to match the knee.
Right.
You feel that?
Yeah. It's a separation of it.
That's beautiful. Just stay right there.
Okay.
That's beautiful. When you bring that right knee forward, I want you to bring that right shoulder forward. So when you collapse.
So they go together.
Bingo. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. That's so good. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Keep doing that. Now, let me ask you a question. Stay right there. Go ahead. Stay there. Can you go more that way?
My whole upper body?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, do that again. One more time. Now, hang on. Okay, I see how you cheated. Okay. Your knee has to stay inside the ankle. So without swaying the leg, so go ahead and load the spring.
Right. So that's this.
Shoulder two. Yep, nice. So the spring is loaded. Now, keeping the spring loaded, can you move more to the right?
Like meaning the whole, get the knee outside the foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you really can't is the point. Yeah. So you hit a break. So go ahead and load your spring again. Now freeze. Now we're not going to try to move through the spring. That spring's loaded, right? So now you're going to twist the next spring, which is your left shoulder. Hang on. Left shoulder to right hip. Left shoulder to right hip. Twist it out of it. Oh, now he feels wound up.
But that's even, I feel more.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's easy to pick up now. Yeah. Now stay there. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead. Right shoulder. Nope. Right shoulder to me. Okay. Now, keep going. Freeze.
So it's keeping the upper body still.
How much better does that feel, though?
Yeah, it feels good.
Get this a little more inside the ankle. There you go. Because now you're actually creating some thoracic rotation.
So my feeling on my backswing is to turn my knee in to help.
For sure. But the problem is that you don't coil that.
So I'm not bringing this down.
Correct. So I have the easiest thing for you in the world. Hang on a sec. Hey, Ian, make me do this with him, and then I need to do this with everybody, so. I'm just going to put it in my hand so I make myself do it.
You hear that, Terry? Yeah, you need to do something with everybody.
Okay, so, long story short, number one issue is we're just simply not loading enough into the trail side.
Okay.
I'm going to go farther, but just issue number one, as I see it, is we don't load enough into the trail side. Is that fair?
Fair.
Okay. Issue number two, and the one that's really screwing the pooch for you because you're a pretty good player, is even though you don't do it great, that's passing.
Okay.
If you were like,
get away with it.
If you were like club champ, like 12 years running, and you were like, hey man, don't f with me, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, just 1 year running.
Right, that's cool. Right, we gotta get to like 5 where I won't help you. Yeah,
I got some time.
Right, so if you were that guy and you were older and you didn't have time and you weren't like trying to get better, I would probably leave you alone.
Okay.
Okay, so
I don't want you to leave me alone.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, so look, I'm not saying you're a complete moron and can't do it right at all. It's a very small amount.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The next thing I'm going to show you is caused by that little blip that really screws the pooch for you.
Okay.
This is the biggest problem. Okay, I'm going to make it bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you see this like a line?
Yep.
That's your pressure shift. So you see the white dot? That's in real time where it's at.
I'm
Yep.
loading.
Yep. Now it all lines up to this, right? So now we see your pressure's moving back to the left.
Yep.
Do you see that right there? Okay, so from this point to like here, it's kind of moving that way. kind of from like, let's say mid-foot to like toesies.
Toes. Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yep.
Okay, now here's where I see the issue. Right here. We're just kind of cruising along, and then if you look, if I drew a straight line from this point where I have the cursor to where that line is, that would line up pretty good. But like it kind of makes this turn to the outside. See that? It kind of reroutes. Something happens there.
This is, I'm falling forward.
Correct.
Yeah, so that was one of my things that I've been personally working on is not.
So you remember how I said you don't load the gun? Okay, I talked about the spring down there.
Okay.
Okay, that is another spring. I got 2 springs I gotta load.
Talking about
Upper body.
upper body. Okay.
Okay, you don't load that one.
Okay. And
So
that's the shoulder.
Yeah, now here's the consequence of that. Are you okay? Am I doing all right?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
with you. Tracking.
I don't want to like just try to sound smart. I'm just trying to like be specific because you seem like you understand. Okay, so you can. I don't have anything worth hiding, unfortunately. Pretty boring. Okay, this is what golfers don't get, and golf pros aren't helping.
Okay, frontal plane. Okay.
Yeah. Sagittal plane, transverse.
Transverse plane. Okay.
Okay. So I've got 3 planes that you actually move in.
Okay.
You move in an XYZ coordinate, okay? And human beings hate that. That's why there's not very many physicists. They're engineers in 3 dimensions.
Sure.
Engineers are 2.
2, yeah.
Okay? So here's the kicker. What you're going to do mechanically to the golf club to create speed onto the club is all going to get done in the frontal plane.
Okay.
Your body is what works in the transverse and the sagittal plane. Your body.
Which is up bend and then rotate, right?
So the way I kind of remember it is this right here. That would be the sagittal plane.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. The transverse plane would be like this.
Separation of upper and lower body.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then frontal plane, okay, is the one that most people are trying to use the most, right? Is that one and that one and that one and that one. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. We've talked about how we load in the frontal plane. Okay? I'm going to challenge you. You ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Frontal as in we're loading.
I just tricked you. Yep. It's okay. I'm good at tricking
Well, I've
people.
never.
So
I've
just
never
do me
heard
this.
Those plane
That's
terms.
okay. You should, and that's the shame, because they make up shit like alpha plane, which doesn't exist. Okay, so just stand with your arches on that for me. So,
Arches on it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a plane of glass. It's a lightsaber. Just split you in half.
Okay.
That's why they put the seam on your pants, so you know which side's the front and which side's the back.
Makes sense.
Okay. So looking at this, it's not very often Apple does an update that's worse. You gotta hold that.
Yeah.
Now, which plane would you feel like that lightsaber represents?
The frontal.
Very good. Okay. So when you bend your right knee, go ahead, and you bring your right shoulder towards me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just the right shoulder, not the whole chest. Just tip everything.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Perfect. Would you say that the club stayed in the frontal plane?
The club here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it did.
Yeah.
Okay. Now reset for me. Okay. Now push your right hip backwards. Oh, you're good at that. You already knew how to do that one. Okay. Now move your hands a little bit. Oh, now where are your hands getting dangerously close to?
The plane.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, once they go behind that line, we're in the transverse.
Okay.
Now we're toast.
So you don't want the hands to ever cross the lightsaber.
They might, at the very, very tip top, a touch, but
Really?
the club itself is going to stay in the frontal plane.
Okay. So I've actually been working on like depth, trying to get them back.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Because I feel like my miss is when I get up here and I have not turned enough and I smoke.
If you do this correctly, in my opinion. If you do this correctly, your body is way more like 1935 gangster film, and they would like pour you into concrete, like
and
hip
you're
high.
halfway.
Yeah, and then they would just throw you over the bridge.
Okay.
Right? And like, I literally want you feeling like that's all encased in concrete. Because the more that this is stable, the more you can kind of move about that point.
Okay.
We got to use
Trackman.
these to create stability so that this can create mobility. If this is trying to move everywhere because there's no stability here, you'll never create any mobility here. You'll try to lock out like you do and create stability.
Okay.
This right here is your left shoulder locking.
So what's the ideal?
So just hang on.
Okay.
So right there, you see it goes
So now
off
I'm
path.
here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, hang on. Let's go make this easier. Always easier. I'm a big easier guy. Okay, there's easy. Okay, we're just looking at video now. We all know how this works.
Yeah.
Okay, now, tell me about your left arm.
As in.
Just tell me about it. What would you say? You can use any words you want. You're not going to look stupid.
Depth.
No. Tell me about the left arm. What do you see there? It's straight.
Okay.
Okay. So will you do me a favor? Will you show me a straight, just right here. You don't have to do golf or anything.
Yep.
Just show me a straight left arm. Okay. Cool. So you think that's just a straight left arm?
I don't know. Is there
I'm just asking.
You're getting at something.
I'm just asking questions. I don't think you're wrong. I think you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So do me a favor. Go left arm only, please.
Yep.
Cool. Just show me that position. Now, how would you describe your left arm now that you can feel that? How would you describe what you're feeling here in the arm?
I'm feeling hole in my shoulder.
Yeah. Do you feel a lot right there?
Yeah, it's under.
Okay,
but yeah,
so you
it's
actually
down
got
here.
some here.
I feel it here.
Okay, right in here.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's my point. It's locked.
Okay. You're saying my elbow's locked?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what yep. So anytime that elbow locks, you squeeze here.
Okay.
And if you squeeze here, this is never going to do what it needs to do in the downswing.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay, so just go back to the top. I'm not trying to with you. I'm
No,
just trying to get you
I'm
to,
with you.
I like you
I
figuring
would-
this out.
Yeah, I'm
internally.
not.
That's okay. That's okay.
Not
Why?
aware
That's
that
okay.
that would be a
That's
bad
okay.
thing.
So watch this, right? So unlock your elbow.
Mhm.
Whoa, that feels easier.
Okay.
So there you go. Stay there. You can actually release it now. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. So now
Release what?
this wrist.
Okay. So you're saying
never
because of
You run into this. Go back to that position right there. You were really good at showing me that. Just show me that again.
yeah.
You're trying at this point. Go ahead and put your right hand on it.
Yeah.
Does that look like?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you need to do that, and you can't because this is locked.
Okay.
So
But why do I need to get here?
Yeah, great question. Go back to the top. You're not actually getting there. What you're actually trying to do is soften your arms a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. You're actually trying to get this elbow
Yeah, in front.
back in front of your belly before you let go with your forearm.
Right.
But because you don't get this going that way, this has to make up the gap, and that's why you throw too early.
Okay.
So you're here, and you need to let this thing work a little this way so you can start to rotate, and you're locked.
So what's the right arm in terms of in relationship to my left arm? Right. I've always been really right arm dominant and deep with it, like this, right? Never do you have a preference in there?
Massive.
Okay.
So the problem is by the time, I'm sorry to do this to you, but to answer your question truthfully, to use this force, the one everybody understands, vertical force.
Yep.
Okay. When you're using it, that's where the club is. So it doesn't matter.
Okay.
You're so late that you're not getting any of the effort you put into that golf club to the ball.
Okay.
So not only is that one late,
So where?
that one's late.
Right.
And
Yeah,
that
it's
one's
supposed
like,
to be there, right?
which
Or
one?
The strongest left side vertical force should be.
I would like to
ideally,
see
that's like
at the
perfect.
latest there, and I don't
Perfect,
think
right? But
that's
it's a little later with an iron's okay.
where the arm is okay. Where the club is not okay.
Oh, okay.
Where the arm is okay. Where the club head
It
is,
should have more lag there.
it's got way too much lag.
Too much lag.
You are the biggest handle dragger / lagger I've seen this side of the Mississippi.
Really?
Yeah.
Does that get me like a spot on the wall?
It might. It might. If you take a picture.
Okay.
And but look, that is in part what kind of makes you good. Like you've kind
It
of
makes me play. I can play with it because I'm compensating.
right. You kind of are like locking out, and you kind of know the width of your arc.
Yes.
And because you kind of know the width of your arc, you're like, oh, okay. Well, like I kind of understand where the face is. Like I understand what you're doing. But the problem is that as you get older, you're not going to be able to generate any more speed.
Yeah.
And you need to keep adding some speed as you go.
So, too late in terms of the pressure on the left side here. In my swing, right? You'd rather see it.
No, the pressure's there. The pressure's there now.
Okay.
This is force. You're literally still, so it's amazing you actually haven't gotten hurt because you're actually compressed at the ball. You weigh more here than you did when you started.
Okay.
So you're literally falling into the ball like you said. Now, I would say you're falling into the ball because you made that comment earlier, because if you go back to my earlier statement, if you go there, can I borrow your golf club, please?
Yep.
So if I go there, I would say kind of like that.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I go here and I can't unlock my left arm, I can't move my right elbow in front of me. So the only thing I can do is kind of either tip it that way to get it around, because it's got to keep moving. It's already in motion.
Yeah.
So it's either got to go that way, or you're a good player, so you don't do that. You go this way. And now the problem is low point's back here.
Yeah.
So now you've got to hang on for a mother and drag it.
And I've been working on like my spine tilt
Yeah.
into the ball.
Yeah.
I start to get negative, and
Yeah, of course
my
you do. You have
upper-
to. Because look, you're
I'm
locked.
trying to create space.
Well, you're still locked out.
Okay.
So you got to make that thing that wasn't locked to start fit. So you better get the hell out of the way. That's why you spin so hard. Look, you're already out of it. Your left leg's totally already letting go. And then it's trying to push to stop it.
Okay.
But your right hand's on top, the face is dead shut.
Yeah.
Now, when you time it, I'm not saying you can't play good golf. I know you can.
Sure.
But you get that timing a little wackadoo, get a little stress, and it's like, watch out.
Right. So where do you go from here? So
Teach you how to load the gun.
The left, so load, but then the left arm, you don't want to see.
Well, we got to talk about why you get thrown so forward.
Okay.
Okay, so go to the top for me. Okay, so now, like I said, we don't load this spring enough. And you still have it, so don't worry, just stay where you're at.
Yeah.
Now, try to go at it. Yeah, right? You're going to kind of try to get going forward, right?
Yeah.
You feel how your body kind of starts that movement, right? That's you falling forward.
Right.
Okay, so if you remember, I said that when we go like this, that's sagittal plane.
Yeah.
So literally, you don't get enough sagittal back, negative sagittal. And then when you go to throw it, it gets you out over your skis.
Okay.
And then that's when you have to start doing all the tilts that you hate.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Now, you didn't tell me much, but
I'm tracking.
that looks really good. No, hang on. Stay there. That's really good. Just stay there. Okay, sink into that right knee just a little bit more. Nope, not left knee, just your right knee. Yeah, there you go. Just stay there. Just stay there. Just stay there. I know it feels new. Just stay there. Okay, now, this right here.
Yeah, see, that's the part that feels very different. Right
Because you've never done it.
No.
Just stay there, though.
No.
It doesn't hurt. It's not straining anything.
My body, this now, like I feel very much outside my feet.
Yeah.
But it's also like I never
You're
thought
not
I
falling
needed
over.
to turn that much.
Right.
Like I thought this was a full turn before, right?
Right.
Not that.
But more importantly, this is chill. And that's why you're talking to me at the top of your swing. Normally you're gasping for air.
Yeah.
Because you've got this whole side stretched out now. This could go up just there.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Feel that's all stretched out now?
Yeah.
So what you normally are doing, relax a little bit. You don't do it too bad, but you do this.
Where?
Right there.
No. Oh, you're saying I get to
During
that.
your backswing.
I get to that
You get
position.
that. You did it right there.
Yeah.
You feel you
left,
sat down right
left
there?
hip, like, angled this way.
Right. So it gets kinked.
Yeah.
And when it gets kinked, she ain't turning above the kink.
Right.
So, yep. So we
So I
want
gotta
to
stay higher to get...
Yeah, there you go. But you get higher by getting it more right.
Right.
And then it can stretch without running into your noodle.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how we got to work it for you.
Okay.
Now, more importantly, look at your left arm still in the frontal plane.
Right.
Now
now it's not
Yeah,
back.
so put your left arm there. Now take your right hand to that.
Right.
Now shut the face for me. Like big time shut the face. Like shut
this
no, it's this way. Twist it.
Oh, okay.
Shut that. Twist it. Time owner.
Big time what?
Owner.
What does that mean?
Sorry.
Oh,
Owner.
okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it feels very high.
Oh, for sure. Real weird.
Yeah.
You've never done that. No, that's okay. Okay. Now you see that white line there?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna give you a little help here. So I'm just gonna kind of help you stay more owner. Okay, right? I just want to move the club a little bit to the right.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, you're trying to stay on that path.
Yeah, nice. So you figured it out already. So you just keep your hands moving down that white line for me.
Okay.
I don't want up. Don't want up yet.
Am I?
Are you still in the white line?
No.
With your hands?
No, I'm past it.
You can go down it. You're just going down the white line with your hands.
Okay. I thought you meant out.
Oh, no. Just down the line, please.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Excellent. Now look at that. You actually used your lap that time.
Yeah, I'm using sinking.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Awesome, man. There you go.
Feel like I'm swinging lefty.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Do it again. Keep going. Killing it. You have no idea how much better that is.
In terms of getting my left lat to the right spot.
Yeah. Okay, so no wrist hinge. You hinge that one. Keep the hinge out of it. So keep the head below the hands. There you go. Oh, I really like that. That's what JT is trying to do all the time. Do that for me again. That was really good. Do it again. I'll tell you what I really love about that the most. Do that again. So I love how your right arm's staying on top. Because you're a good player.
Here.
Yeah, that's what those guys didn't do. That's what you do that makes you a player. That right in there.
Yeah.
Hogan talked about it. Jack talked about it. All the greats talked about the right hand. That's why.
Okay.
Do that again. Now the last thing I want to do has been this.
Yeah,
because
this
I
needs to
lose
be
my right
shorter.
hand.
So I've always tried to get width and depth.
But you're pushing the shoulder by locking.
Yeah.
And then there goes the neck.
Right.
And there's no more lat coming from here.
Right.
That's what happens.
Okay. So
Okay.
it's
just carry it.
It's a little.
Just carry it with your body. Don't lift it. Just carry it. Yeah,
Right.
there you go. Just carry it for me. Don't lift it. Don't try to go up. Just try to carry.
Right.
Keep that head below your hands and it stays nice and light. Yeah, look at that. Nice. There we go. Holy never been out there before.
No.
Yeah, do
But
that
I
again.
feel like I'm on the
Yeah.
right side.
Okay, so make sure you keep your big toe down on the ground for me, okay?
Yeah.
Knee inside of ankle. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, cool. I think that's about it. Now, here's the kicker. Stay there. This is your white line, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now your white line's like that.
Yeah, it's in front of my mid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now stay moving with your white line. Nope,
So
not
you're
through the
trying to keep
wrist.
it there?
Not through the wrist. Through the shoulders. Use your shoulders. Use your shoulders. Keep using them. You're killing it. Keep going. Yep, keep going. Yep, keep going. Man, god damn, is that better? There you go. Yeah, nice. Yeah,
And
with.
it needs to be a little less, right? Not locked down.
Yeah, you don't want to lock. You don't need to. Yeah, man. And look, your arms got more in front of you a lot easier
Yeah,
that
it's
time.
definitely more space.
Yeah.
That feels high and
Yeah. Now look, when you pair moving the body, look, here's the problem that everybody runs into, especially guys like you. I don't want to swing like Matt Wolf because it feels like Matt Wolf. Okay, but hear me out. Okay, Matt Wolf, you're not going to look anything like that because you actually get your body sequenced a lot better than he does.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not asking you to do this crazy shit. That's your hands going away.
But you're trying to keep them on that plane.
I want them to move on a straight line.
Okay.
Yep. It's the easiest way to think about it. So sink into that right side and feel like you carry, now up, not around. Up. No, that's behind you. Feel your right arm's more behind your head?
Yeah.
Get that more in front of you. The easiest cheat code to this whole bit, I think, you're just going to have to trust me for a sec. You're going to have to go from here, and then you're going to have to keep using your right hand like Hogan said.
And really over.
I want you feeling that way.
Yeah.
Yep. Go that way. Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah, I dig it. I dare you to hit a golf ball that way. I doubled it. Just take your time.
You got a marker? So
Yeah, I do. I got one all fresh for you. I'll get a new one out. Hang on. Get your arms to where you feel like you're more in that owner position, though.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think you're right. That is part of it, too.
There you go. I love that. There you go. Now, bend those knees towards your toes. Stay more on your toesies. Yeah, man. Now you're going to go way up and across the line and steep from there, okay? Right. Way up across the line and steep, over your head. That was behind you, you big sissy. You let it get behind you that time. Nope, way more out in front. So here's where I really want you to be.
Feels like I'm...
Yeah, I know, but here's what I want you to be able to do. At the top, you're going to think I'm crazy. At the top.
Yeah. That's the feeling.
So what would you call that? I would call it 110. I would call that 90.
Okay.
I would call that 110.
Okay. You're saying it that way.
Has to be that way. If it's in, all bad. Because I got to go in from there.
Okay.
And I'm going to have a real low point problem.
So then you got, okay, so you're creating, leaving enough space for you to then be able to get in.
Feel like, now go there again. That was beautiful. Hang on. Stay there. Look at me. Look at the club. I'm sorry. Now make the club go steeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going. And keep turning. Keep turning and go steeper. Yeah. No. Don't let it droop. Get it back to steep. Get it back to steep. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Now, what are you going to do from there? There's only one way to go. And it's the right way. Yeah, you got to go shallow from there. There's no way to go steep to steep.
Right.
You're not that bad of a golfer.
Right.
Okay, beautiful.
I also feel like I have to early extend in order to...
You have to early extend, or you actually have to use your legs for once?
Yeah. Maybe. Well, that's...
Yeah, right?
That's my other thing.
Yeah. Rip it. Nice, dude. That was really kind of nice. Not bad. So, I got a good segue here. I hate good golfers. Not because I hate good golfers, but because of this. Good golfers are the hardest golfers to make a change with. Because good golfers have the least patience of all. And good golfers want to see the ball fly immediately.
Sure.
So here's the kicker. That means we're slaves to the ball. It's always hard to make a change when we're equating a change to a ball
And you're
flight.
watching the result.
Right. Make sense?
Yeah.
Here's the number one thing that's going to help you. Number one, Simon Close. This is the only thing you got to do. If you walk away from here doing one thing, it's this.
Okay.
These are the very super duper cheap Amazon sticks.
Okay.
These are not the heavy duty driveway markers. Okay? There's a difference. I didn't even know you were sitting there. I was like, who the hell? Are you okay? Absolutely. Are you just hanging out? Yeah. Okay. You sure? I don't care at all. I'm just sorry I left you sitting there for so long.
No, I'm enjoying this.
Oh, okay. Sweet. So anyway, long story short, what I need you to do is, like I said in the beginning, 1935 gangsters movie, dip that in concrete. I got to get you off the surfboard.
Yeah, you want a quieter lower body.
But I want a more active and stable lower body.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Kinda.
Okay.
I mean, I understand what you're saying with shoulder.
I'm going to show you something nobody's ever shown you before.
Okay.
I'm going to show you exactly how we make speed in a golf swing. If anybody wants to know how to make speed, I'm showing exactly how we make speed in a golf swing. You ready? Yeah. It's gonna melt the noodle a little bit.
Let's go.
All right, switch me spots.
Okay.
You're gonna take this stick. You're gonna go 3 fingers.
Okay, 3 and 3.
Okay. You're gonna go this way,
Oh,
and you're gonna go this way.
Yep.
That's how I make speed.
Yep.
How would I do that?
There. Yeah.
There's no way. That's what you're feeling.
Right.
That's what you're like, dude, if I go there, holy, because you're right. Normally back in the day, we don't have any down because we don't have any up. But now that you're feeling the up, it feels like early extension to you. But keep in mind, by the time I let it pop, my right elbow's already in front. No worries.
Okay.
Does that kind of make sense? But I got to get you doing this.
And what portion of the swing? You're saying that's when it's going up. It's loading forward.
So it's going, you ready? I'm going to show you. It's a great question, but nobody ever asked me that question. That's actually a really good question. You ready? So we're going to do our grip, 3 and 3.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to start. I wish this was a little longer. I'm going to go short with it just so you can see it. Okay. But what I'm going to do is that can't go this way now. That's no good. That's no good. I got to slide it out. Slide it out. Slide it out. Okay.
Staying on the plane.
Right? But once I slide it out, I got to close it. And that's the same as this.
Okay. Noodles blown. Go ahead.
So to answer this question, are you saying after P2?
The up isn't up. The up is twist. Oh, I heard a collective. Oh.
It's actually opposite too. You would think you would not need to come back.
100%. 100%. I will explain that. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Stay there.
Okay.
That lid's on there. When I grab it with the squeezers, if I want to twist it off, I could start right there, and I have enough strength to pop it off.
Okay.
But generally what I do is I'll grab it, get a little leverage, go that way, get a little free turn,
left,
then rip it, because it's way easier if I get a little bit of mechanical advantage or leverage. Does that make sense?
And that's the going down.
Right.
That's the little extra.
When I have you doing, so we think we would start here,
I see.
right? But what I'm having you do in the drill is preload it.
Yeah.
But when we do this in the golf
So
swing,
you got a little more range of motion. You're preloaded. You got a little more
right? So it's already torqued. Now you're untorquing. You're torquing. You're untorquing. You're torquing. You're untorquing. That's how we apply pressure and force to the golf club.
Okay.
By the way, take your right arm. Good. Push it. Now put force in that hand. That's a push. Fall. That's a shove. You lock your bones to shove and fall. You twist to push. Twist.
Yeah.
Ah, more power. You don't throw a punch linearly or you get your ass whipped. You throw that.
Yeah, I gotcha.
That's your brachioradialis. You feel swelling up right there.
Yeah. That's what I've hurts.
Yeah.
Like if I have any pain in my body, it's right there.
Okay. Can you pour some? Hey, guy. Anybody else get sore forearms? No? Okay.
They just get swollen.
All right, relax. You have this. Okay, there you go.
You have a gentle touch.
I try. I'm trying to calm you down. Okay? So here's the thing. That's your brachioradialis. Okay? When we get golfer's elbow, golfer's elbow is on this side.
Yeah, inside.
Right? Tennis elbow is on this side. Mm-hmm. Now we have a ton of golfers getting tennis elbow. Mm-hmm. Okay? Do you remember when I called you a handle dragger?
Yeah.
That wasn't very nice, was it?
Huh.
Okay?
I've been called worse.
But when you drag that handle,
Okay.
you feel that?
Yeah.
That brachioradialis is still kind of
Yeah,
loaded,
flex,
right?
yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go real slow. And eventually you're gonna get to a point, man, where you can't go any farther. We're about at it.
Right.
And then this thing, and you're like, why the does it keep doing that? Because it has to. It lets go.
Mm-hmm.
But when it does, it pulls that way once it gets to the end,
Right.
which is pulling right across that, which is where that tennis elbow flares.
Okay.
And it's because you're getting way too much of that flex through here.
Okay.
That's what yanks
Interesting.
that guy.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You don't want to that.
Right.
So if you're looking at video down the line, you never want to see your arm coming through like this and then go, that's a face going shut, as you know.
Right. Okay.
Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. The forward twist that was a surprise,
Mhm.
right? But I get to load up, and the getting to the left side, right from that hinge and the turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's way better. Now do that one more time.
And so you're saying I've got to get in a better position here,
Mm-hmm.
so that I don't have to fall forward
Mm-hmm.
to then create the.
So go to where you just were. Okay, so I would say that's a half a turn. Believe it or not,
Because
you haven't turned your upper body at all. It feels like you have,
right, it's
because your
more than what it
shoulders
was.
moved. Right. But hang on,
Yeah, to your point.
we just have moved that shoulder with the spine. The spine is in the middle of the two hips.
Yep.
The spine's allowed to move some. Fair?
Mm-hmm.
That's all we've done. So this can chill a little bit. Okay? So now all we're going to do is, once we moved it there, is instead of trying to lift it, we're going to twist it.
Okay. Yeah, that's very different. That's more like that plane, not
like-
trying to stay around the spine. And
It's this one.
spin.
You watching?
Yeah.
But it would be inverse.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha.
If I grabbed that middle and
Yeah,
pulled it
you're
up.
spiraling. Up.
Yeah. Pete Cowan, baby. Yeah. Now spiral more.
You're saying you got to get up.
Yeah, good. Yeah, there you go. And it's not that you're actually pulling the skeleton up, it's the guts and your muscles being extended.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. I'm tracking with you.
So, long story short, I think that it's,
So staying on that plane would get me like the right side load. I'd have more weight back there,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to see this straight.
not necessarily. I want to see it go from like midfoot. What I really want to see, there's a point here. Okay. So just like there's a point where that pressure stops moving to the right, that's just like you'd be standing on them. So there's a pressure where it stops moving right, and then there's a point where it stops moving left. And that point is about there.
Yeah.
And like we said, the fucking club's already gone.
Sure.
Okay. So,
And I've been working on getting left. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I'm
right.
like a lot of times when I finish, I'm like
Yeah.
this,
Yeah,
I'm
for
back.
sure. For sure.
I'm not.
For sure. So here's the kicker. The reason that's kind of happening the way it is, in my estimation, is, and the reason I think you can gain a ton of speed, is this. When you look at that picture, okay, like I said, you didn't stop moving left until where
Until
we're
the
at
right.
in that photo,
Yeah.
right? So the thing is the whole time from here till you hitting the ball, you're moving towards the pitcher. So who gets the advantage?
Yeah.
The pitcher.
Okay.
Okay, because the gap and the time is smaller.
Okay.
You already don't have time. And when we're not getting the head to gain on the ball or to gain on the left side of the body,
Okay.
we're going to have massive issues. So
you're
the
saying
left side of the body,
Stay right longer.
nope, I'm saying we got to stop moving left sooner.
Okay. So that's where I was going. Stay right longer, but you're saying don't go left until later in the swing.
Nope, I'm saying we have to learn how to stop going left sooner. You're going to go left just like you're going to go right.
Okay.
You go right, you go left.
Yep.
I need you to stop going left before you get back to the ball. Because if you don't, what's going to kick the club shaft into the ball?
I gotta.
You have no break. That's why you're trying to use your arms and everything else.
Okay.
Versus getting your pelvis to stop moving left, now I can hit with my arm. If I'm moving together, I don't know where the that is.
Okay.
That's the biggest problem for you. So, long story short, I'm gonna make this stop.
Yeah.
Stop real quick. I know where it's going. Just stop. Chill for 2 seconds. Let me show you one thing.
Okay.
One thing. Come here. I almost saw smoke. I gotta keep you just before smoke. I almost saw it. Just hang on. Hang on. It's very easy. Yeah, that's you. Your target's over here. Mm-hmm. You're hitting the ball that way. Okay? When the club gets up here at the top. Okay?
Yep.
I've moved to the right.
Yep.
Away from the target.
Agree.
Fair?
Yep.
Okay. So I have to take this right foot and I have to push it that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You push with, okay, 1 second. You push with 12% of your body weight that way. From this spot, your body goes 12% that way.
Okay.
So I get here and I push. How much do you push? 12% of your body weight worth.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Somewhere about here, okay, you are pushing.
I'm still pushing there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You see how your negative spike is right there?
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're pushing the most away from the target. Just stay with me. Don't do it. Don't you smoke. Don't you smoke. So I pushed from here this way 12%. When I got here, I was pushing with 21%. I have a significant discrepancy. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about this. You're working on that, by the way.
Okay.
That's what you just described to me. I just have numbers to show what you're saying. Okay?
You're saying I'm working on.
I'm only pushing 12% this way.
Yeah.
But I'm pushing 21% that way.
Okay.
I'm never getting here. Because if I'm pushing harder this way, I'm stuck that way. I'm creating a cartwheel
I'm with you.
with my body.
Yep.
And that's why you're stuck this way. We're not getting enough push up and out of that spring, like we said.
Right. Okay.
Does that make sense?
By that.
That's what I think.
So, and is that because of it's too early? Or you said earlier,
It's just not enough.
Not hard enough.
Not hard enough. No, it's not hard enough into the trail side. Everything is, you have to load before you do anything.
So it's the progression.
Yeah.
Getting that solved will then
That fixes all the other shit.
more
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, for sure. I got to get you to push out of your right side.
Okay.
The problem I have with you is you're a good golfer. And because you're a good golfer, you already have figured out how not to hit it left. But here's the problem for you. If you try to gas it and hit it harder, it starts going left.
Oh, yeah, it goes left for sure. Yeah.
So you have very muted ground forces.
Okay.
Your spike doesn't really touch the black. Your spike doesn't come close to touching the black. Your spike barely touches the black, doesn't quite get to it. So you're not really creating any high force in any plane.
Okay.
Which tells me that you know how to hit it straight, but God help you if you try to hit it hard.
Yeah. Okay. So we didn't talk about that. So the peaks, right, they go up because there's more there, but they're just not going up what they should be going up.
No.
Yeah.
And they're really not timed very well either. I mean, they're really late. Like really late.
Late going left. Or
Late
no,
everything.
Late. Okay. Late everything.
So this should happen first. Okay? But this should be happening there. and it's still happening, it's still happening, it's still happening, it's still happening, it turns off. As that turns off, this kicks on.
And is this my left side?
No, this is the whole thing.
Okay.
This is your horizontal force side to side. This is horizontal. Don't try to read them because that's why you're paying me.
Yeah.
Okay? This is horizontal. This is torque. This is vertical force. It says right there. Horizontal, torque, vertical force. Okay? You don't need to realize what's happening because that's what you're paying me to do. But this one should have happened and turned off at the top of your swing. Like I said, here. But it didn't. It tried to, but then you turned it back on. You see how it turned off? That was right. But then it turns back on. And the reason it turns back on, like I said, is because your left shoulder's locked out. So you're trying to figure out how to get around a locked left shoulder, and you turn your horizontal force back on.
Yeah.
And then you try to torque, but there's no torque because you're way late, and you know that.
Yeah.
And not only that, but if you torque at all, if you turn your shoulders from there, where's that club head going to go?
Yeah.
Across the line, so you're not going to torque. And then because you can't torque, you're sitting down instead of standing up, and you're literally heavier at the ball than you were when you started. You have negative vertical force at impact.
Okay.
You have negative vertical
That's
force.
the part of, like, I don't know what it should look like.
Not that.
Right.
So this all should have happened. This right here.
So that you're saying that spike should be happening
This spike right
with,
here. No.
like, what is that?
Look, right here. That spike. Look where you're at. Is on the wrong side of your body. It should be there at the latest. And you're literally at your lowest point there. It's a goddamn miracle that you don't have the driver yips.
Yeah. Well, the driver's worse.
I believe
I feel
it.
like it's a longer swing. I mean, I'm on my toes up in the air, but I'm so far
But
back.
look, every time you show me something, go back to the top. You just slide this right leg that way every time.
I kick.
Okay, so pull it out. That's the problem. It's sliding that way. You're not driving any force out of that
Yeah,
leg.
I'm shifting my weight.
Right, which is just killing you. It's just cartwheeling you and creating
and
your
that's where
problem.
I was trying to.
Yeah, so you got to get
trying
your
to
shoulder. Hang on. Go back to what we were doing.
Right.
Now freeze. Now put your right arm where it goes because it doesn't go behind you. Now get it out more in front of you and get more into your right leg. Now bring the right shoulder out towards me with the heel. Remember how we sat down into that?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Now feel like it comes back out. There you go. Now feel like your arms fall more in front of you.
Right.
And let this fall towards you. Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Keep going.
Well, I got so much more on the right side.
Yeah. But you
But
gotta
it's
you gotta
not the-
get
It's not the kick.
this elbow has got to get down in front of that hip.
Yeah.
And this has got to still be folded. So you're gonna be more there. You gotta get more there. And then you can let it go and out and through.
Right.
And now you're what you want to look like at impact.
Okay. So if you look at the, like, just play this. So I got to get rid of that bump. I got to stay loaded. Back, what is that, P2? Like coming back down. Right?
I just think you're done there. And the reason I think you're done there is because the club head is behind your hands.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the minute it gets inside, you're done because it's going to start yanking on you. We got to keep it in front of us.
Getting up to the top and then coming back down. So like this, right? It starts here for me, right? This
No,
little
it
shift-
started
the
here.
Shift, but I'm saying the shift left.
No, you can't do anything until you fix this.
Okay.
You can't do anything
And
until
that's-
look.
I'm
Stop.
with you.
Stop. If we don't load that spring, we don't need to go any farther because the gun doesn't shoot.
Right.
If we don't load that spring, the gun doesn't shoot.
Okay.
The reason you can't load that correctly is because the club head goes inside the fucking hands. The minute that this club head gets inside my hands, it starts pulling me that way. I don't want that. I want
Yeah.
that.
And that's actually, I've been trying to get.
Yeah,
like
stop that.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop that. You got to quit trying to move this back.
Right.
This doesn't move behind you. This stays in front. Move, keep it in front. There you go. Now, keep going. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. You got a long way to go. Keep going.
You're saying it doesn't get behind me.
Right.
Right. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not the.
Yeah.
Well, that's the spiral up, right?
Yeah, there you go. But we're trying to elongate this.
Yeah.
That's what I need to kind of stretch out for you. Because now you can actually turn a bit with your
Yeah.
T-spine and breathe
Yeah.
because you're open. You're not putting a big kink into it.
Right. When I feel like my hands are still so much in front of my body.
That's the idea. Yeah. But when you don't let that lat move, you're done. Right?
Okay.
Do that again. Kind of shove your arm really hard. Yeah, you feel that kinks in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're just all locked out. Yeah, there you go. And feel that's all stretched. Now, if you go a little more that way, feel that creates more stretch. There you go. There's really what we're trying to do. We're just trying to elongate that right there. Now, get your right side to fall into your toes.
Yeah,
just get your right side. Don't spin. Yep, just fall forward with the shoulder too. That's the hard part for you. Let the shoulder fall towards me. Yeah, let it fall. Yeah, there you go, right there. You feel that? You're way down. You feel like you're not down at all.
Yeah.
Does that make you?
I feel like I'm falling over.
Yeah, you're not. Just fall into it.
Right.
Fuck, go ahead. There you go. Now stay there. Okay, now just try not to push with this. Just let this fall and fall and fall. There you go, dude. Now, that's kind of kinky. So now we can start adding the up to it. Yeah, there you go. And dude, that's as on plane as you've ever been. But you've also got this arm on top of the club.
Yeah.
And you've got that arm more on top. Yeah, nice. And now we can get that right elbow to just fall in front of the belly button. Keep going. Keep falling. Keep falling. There you go. Hold that. Turn that off. Okay, stay there. Now let your right arm fall out. That feels different.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Couple, well, I mean, simple.
I like simple.
Some simple
You're a
things
player.
to focus on.
Like, you're a player, you're a player,
I
you're a
got
player.
cameras so I can see, see this stuff all the time.
I need this. Like, this is what I need right here. Okay? Like, what I really, really need is this. Let me do it this way. Okay?
So you want it more outside there. You want this.
I actually
arm.
love this. This is totally fine. I'm cool. If I draw a line from the tip of your shoulder through your forearm, just like that, that would be a straight line, right? Okay. So do you see how the club head's outside that line?
Yep.
When I say outside the hands, that's what I mean.
Yep.
Now watch this. Now you're on the line. So now you're even with the hands. Now you're behind the hands. And the only way that happens if you go that way and to bend your wrist that way, your elbow has to fold. For your elbow to fold, your shoulder has to externally rotate, and you are f***ing done.
Yeah, that's great. Okay.
It's small, but watch what happens,
And
right?
you're saying staying on.
So check this out. It's parallel. Watch. See that? You're not changing your wrist, you're just carrying it with your body and your shoulder girdle.
Okay.
That's beautiful. That's
That's what I was trying to do, right?
It's not bad. Yeah, it's
Okay.
beautiful. The
waiting-
problem is
waiting
you
for you to say
get,
what was wrong. Yeah.
the problem is you do this. Is you get where you're wide and beautiful.
Yeah.
That looks gorgeous. Everybody wants that.
Yep.
That looks really good. But watch what happens. We start getting narrow. See how that just started getting narrower as it went back? We lost our width.
Yeah.
So instead of that arc staying, I think that's the wrong way, fuck, it is. So instead of that arc staying wide, see how it's staying real wide for us? Wide, 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 wide. Watch this. See, we can't see it because it's three-dimensional,
Right.
but now it's way off the arc because it's way underneath the arc.
Yeah.
So it's falling away from
You
that
want it
arc.
more up.
I want it way more up.
Yeah.
That's a round.
Yeah. Yep.
So now if I translate that to back down the line, what happened? I've done that before. Whoops. If I translate that to down the line, the club, if I let it fall, it's gonna hit the ground somewhere about there.
And you want it in front.
Right, for sure, because look, if I let go with the wrist right there, I said you got too much forward shaft lean, or I'm sorry, too much lag. Okay, there's too much lag. You're never getting that. The club head hasn't gained on the ball.
Right.
Look how close your hands are. The club head's farther away. So you're never getting that out.
I always looked at the position of getting my hands, or the club to parallel, and my hand close to in front of me, like there.
But you missed the mark with both because the hand is still behind the hip.
Okay. And that's where it's like should be in your
You've got to stand back up. And that's what you're doing right there. You can see here, you're going from negative in the blue.
Yeah.
That's you trying to stand up, because if you don't, you're going to lay sod, because look where low point happened.
Right.
Low point happened there. And you hung on long enough to get it to there. It's a minute thing, but low points happen way back there. And you're having to hang on, which is why the club ricochets back up, and there's no width on the follow through because you're stuck way behind the ball. Your right shoulder hasn't come through at all.
Okay.
So literally, you don't get yanked on until way after.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want you to get yanked on ever, especially that late.
Like, I thought it was the feeling of getting through.
No.
No?
No. Go to the top. Bend your left knee. Yeah, now bend your left knee. Now keep your left knee bent and bring your right elbow. No, keep your left knee bent. This is your left knee.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Keep that one bent.
Thought it was
Go
bent.
back to the top.
Okay.
Okay, put your hands together. Hold your hands. Okay, now actually move this somewhere. Keep going. You got a long way to go. Nice, there you go. Okay, so now.
Spinning out of my shoe.
Yeah, good. Bend your right knee. Okay, cool. Now, bend your left knee. Yeah, now stay there on your left. Let your right heel start coming up. Perfect. Get your right, what are you doing? Get your right elbow in front of your belly button. I didn't say unload your arms, just get your right elbow. You gotta work your arm under. There you go. Now you feel loaded. Now don't spin out. Stay bent with your knee. Stay bent with your knee. Stay, let your right heel come around. Let your right heel come around. Up, up and around.
Around, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Now you feel you're trying to push up with your leg?
Yeah,
Yeah, keep going.
Keep my
Push
balance.
up. Push up.
Yeah.
Keep pushing up. Keep pushing up. Keep pushing up. There's what it feels like to actually use the ground, dude. It's not just a free spin.
Yeah, that feels so.
Nope, don't come up. Stay down. Stay down with your knee. Stay down with your knee. Move your arms across. Stay down. Quit moving that. Yeah, there you go. Feel how the up comes after? The up comes after. The up comes after.
Okay.
We don't want the up to come earlier, then I like early extend and low point early.
Okay.
You got to stay more in the ground. You got to stay more in the ground. There you go. You feel the difference, dude.
Right.
There you go. Now go. Let your right side release around.
Right.
There you go. Then you feel the.
Right. I actually, my feeling was like, now, like, start to extend.
No.
Here.
Stay down.
Yeah,
Stay down to
so
get the
that's
elbows in front.
right.
Work it shallow. Work it underneath. You're working it steep. Work it underneath. You gotta go the other way. Yep. Steep to shallow. Yep. There you go. Keep working it to shallow. Nope. Don't stand it back up. Work it shallow the whole way. You're working it shallow the whole way. Work it shallow. Work it shallow. Work it shallow. Work it shallow. Work it though. Release those wrists. Nope. Not after.
You say work it. What do you mean?
That drill that we didn't do.
This one?
Yeah. Nope. You don't do that. Try that.
Going backwards? Wait.
Nope. You get your free turn. Get your
Right,
arms
that's
out.
on the way back.
Nope, just get your arms out in front of you. Yeah, no, that's got to get all the way to low point. I got to about there.
Wait, this goes all the way down?
Yeah. That's how we release the club, dude. Yeah, that's how I make speed.
That seems bizarre.
Yeah, no shit. That's right, you made a really good point earlier. We forgot this part. So, that is what we do to make speed onto the golf club. Because if you do the opposite of that, if you go this way, your face shuts. And like I've told you multiple times today, if you go that way and shut the face, now you have to use the body to open the face. Versus having the face coming in open. See my face?
Which is this part.
Right.
So now it's open.
And now it goes that way and my face shuts. And I can actually use my body to contribute to the golf swing for a change.
You're saying you're coming back.
Yeah. But we're not locking it and throwing it. We're just doing this.
All right.
So here, just do the drill.
Yeah.
So you do it. Get in your posture. Okay, now hang on. You're going to grip way up on it. Make way up on it.
Okay.
There. Now, you got to slide it away off your side. Slide it. There you go. Keep going up, though. And close it. Don't open it. There. Now, slowly open it. Now, move it to your other side. Now, put the stick back up on your side as you're releasing it. Keep going. Feel the difference?
Yeah. That's a good drill. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Up
So
and twist. Twist it closed. Twist closed. Twist closed. Twist open. And then if you get really good at doing that, this takes time. Probably not today. Yeah. It goes up.
And that's the exaggerated feel.
It's not that exaggerated, honestly.
What was that term you used to get the hands higher?
Ulnar deviation. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. It already feels more sequenced.
Yeah. All right.
Make sense?
Yeah, last question.
Hit me.
Height. Why do I hit it so low?
I called you a handle dragger.
Yeah. And is it just trying to save it?
No. It never lets go, dude. You never let this go. You never release it.
Okay.
Ever. You never do that. That's why now that I have you doing that, you're like, what in the are you doing?
that's
You do this
bizarre.
and this.
Okay.
That's you falling forward.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Contact. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I literally have so much forward shaft lean that I have no loft.
Okay. So just de-lofting.
It's de-lofted the out of it. Okay. Handle dragging, lag, all of it. No loft.
Okay.
And now, just like we know with pitchers don't get hit throwing, they get hurt slowing down. And it's the same with this. If I speed this thing up fast enough to go 200 miles an hour with ball speed, I better be able to slow it down pretty quick.
Yeah.
And if I don't have the brakes there, something's going to get hurt.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So back to the height question.
Mm-hmm.
It's the de-lofting, and if I get into the what's that called?
Ulnar deviation.
Then I'll keep more loft on it.
Well, look right there.
Right.
Tell me that's not pretty
And
close
that's
to
where
say.
it's
Yeah.
like I feel like that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
It's
But you're
the
way
result
more.
is not.
You're like
Yeah.
that. And that thing's just kind of hooded,
Yeah.
for sure. Like you can't get enough loft onto the club.
Right.
Like if I gave you like a weak set of blades, you'd be like, oh, I kind of like these. These will go a little higher. I like it. Like it shouldn't go higher, but because there's more loft to begin with, it does.
Okay. And I thought that was more of the early extension, getting the hands. But okay.
No, it's just definitely where, like, and the other thing too is like, let's be honest, how many divots do you take?
I'm a sweeper.
I know you are, right? Because look, if we have a low point issue
Yeah.
and low points happening too soon, you're never going to feel very comfortable thumping that ground, right? So now if we can move this more out in front and get you to where you can just drop the club on it,
Right.
now we can start taking divots again.
Okay.
That's the goal. This year we're gonna take divots. Cool.
Sounds good.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Good job, dude.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. No worries. It was fun.